Well, I thought we did some good things out there. Obviously in the first half, I thought our guys were a little tight. Obviously playing at home for the first time, and you know what, we didn't do everything right. We didn't, keep them out of the paint. We gave up offensive rebounds off of offensive rebounds, and certainly, one of the things I wanted to do at halftime is just talk to them and tell them relax. And I felt like the second half we came out and we played UNC Wilmington basketball where we were very aggressive. We got to the free throw line. We cut down the number threes that we took. Obviously in the second half we only took 5, and guys were very aggressive to the hole.
Questions?
What specifically defensively do you think was the difference after halftime?
Well, Catawba's a tough team to play because they don't have anybody over 6'6", and what they do is they spread you out. It's tough to play against those guys because your post guys got to sit down and guard. And finally we just started switching a lot of screens and keeping them out of the paint. But they're so tough and they're so quick. And then our guards wasn't doing a good job with these long rebounds because they were taking threes, and post guys were in there battling, and just our guards need to get in there and mix it up a little bit.
You say Catawba was hard to play in the first half. They would have had the lead against you had they been knocking down those open shots they had in the first half. You know that.
Yeah, absolutely. And we would have too. We'd had a bigger lead if we knocked ours down too also.
You guys, you were using a 7-man rotation there for stretches of the second half. How difficult is it to coach this system when you are kind of using you guys?
It's tough, but we try to do a scaled down version of what we typically do. Obviously, we would have liked to press a little bit more, but it's one of those teams that when you're playing a team like Catawba, it's tough to press because they're always coming to you anyway. So we decided just to stick with all our man-to-man principles, and our guys stepped up because it was a situation where they were just going by us every time, and we were getting way too extended. And what I told everybody is just don't stretch out, make sure we close down driving lanes, and once we did that, we were fine. We only gave up 25 points in the second half.
In your mind, how did this go as a dress rehearsal and kind of looking towards Saturday?
I thought it was great, and I say that because we had some adversity where we wasn't playing well, and one of the things that I've learned about this team, just going back looking at tapes from last year, is doing some adversity, they always found a way to lose. And it was a 2-point game at halftime, and we certainly came out and just played well and just continued to be aggressive. And I thought our conditioning kicked in. I thought we were the better in shape team than they were.